I am motivated today. I'm up early, gonna go for my run. I'm not gonna think too much about it. I'm gonna stop yapping because I got things to do, places to go, miles to run. Let's go. Welcome to the vlog.
Hello everyone, my name's Chelsea. I'm 34 years old, living alone here in New York City. This is a really busy season of my life as I'm pursuing my second bachelor's degree. Fall semester just started like a month ago, and I'm only just a few weeks away from running the world major New York City Marathon here in November. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. In this video, I'm just keeping one foot in front of the other, doing one thing on my to-do list at a time, and just making my best effort to keep all the plates spinning. I think there's an important lesson that you'll see played out through this vlog of aiming for progress and not perfection, and how to keep going forward when things get real. So let's dive in.
I'm proud of myself for getting that done. And it still took me a long time, like about an hour, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm not overthinking it. I'm gonna hop in the shower. I just stretched.
Baby, this is the sunset. Baby, this is the sunset.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal es WhatsApp? Gracias. ¿Cómo se llama usted? What is your name? Formal. Mucho gusto. Igualmente is likewise. El profesor Solar y Esther Munoz. Y'all, I'm trying to find a video with the song where I can learn the Spanish alphabet, and there's there's a Sesame Street one that is a freaking vibe. A freaking vibe, right?
Okay, go now.
M-N-N-O-P.
And we're off to an afternoon of classes in the city. I've been trying to work on practicing flashcards on my commute and while I'm walking to the campus, especially on days where I go straight to Spanish class, just as a refresher. I really appreciate how slow the pace of this class is. Like, we are still in chapter 1 after almost a month, but that is much needed, not only for building a strong foundation for the language, but because my other courses feel like they're going 100 miles an hour, and it's just hard to keep up with that sometimes.
I'm home now. It's not been a crazy day, but it's just been back to back. So what I just did, at least, was my math class. We're prepping for our first exam tomorrow. It's not a midterm, it's just a quiz, but they're calling it an exam. So I'm gonna treat it like an exam. And I realized that there's all these portals for the textbooks, everything's online. So I realized I'd missed 2 practice quizzes that take 45 minutes each. So I'm gonna do that tonight as part of my studying for the test tomorrow. I feel very good about where I'm at for that quiz. I just have to make sure I have everything top of mind, and then I can go in and hopefully nail it, because I was nailing the practice questions today. The stakes are a little bit high with this because this should be the easiest exam that we have. So he says if you don't do well, that's very concerning and that you should consider dropping the class, and I can't afford to do that. This class, I need to pass this class to take all the other fun classes I want to take for my intended major, which is computer science. But I'm also yeah. I have a lot of thoughts going up in my head about like the CS thing too. My first in-person CS class was yesterday. I didn't vlog it. That class makes me very anxious just because I really like know nothing. And the instructor, it's moving very, very fast. And sometimes it takes me longer to pick up on things, but once I understand it, it's there and I'm good. Like I will not forget it. It still feels like you're not only learning I'm learning a programming language, I'm learning Python, but I'm not only learning Python, but I'm learning the systems in which we are using Python in our class. Like we're using a separate notebook and the layout's all weird and like this is just a separate program to run the program of Python. So like it's just a huge learning curve. And yesterday he was moving very, very quickly in the material and we're sitting there with our laptops just coding and practicing like what he has on the screen. Deli's playing with my headphone. You do you, girl. You do you, girl. I watched a video today. Her name's Amy Wang. She has a lot of like student tip videos and because she was a 4.0 student, major was like mechanical engineering or no, chemical engineering. And I actually had the opportunity to meet her earlier this year, which was very, very cool. Her content has been just really inspiring and helpful. And she's like, she gives tough love about like, there's gonna be some professors that you don't feel like they don't teach in the way that you understand. But she's like, but that's no excuse because like you got to get the good grade that you want if you're driven to get 4.0. I'm not saying I'm going to get a 4.0, but a girl can try. So she's like, you know, I bought a separate textbook and studied like way extra. I used all the resources I knew. And I'm not going to let like a teacher that doesn't teach in my teaching style like wreck my GPA and stuff. So I ordered a separate book from the textbook because the textbook, it's not covering like everything he's covering in class. It seems like just very all over the place and I don't know. I hope I'm just not the only one in the class that's confused. I think it's just because I'm still learning, but yeah, once I hit that point, I'm like, okay, I got this. I got the structure. I know what a string is. I know what input does. I know the syntax of it all. The syntax is tripping me up right now. Tomorrow's just gonna be a big, crazy day. Just my two most stressful classes for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I just submitted it. They gave me 45 minutes to do it and I finished it in 16 minutes. And I got what was my score? 95%. I missed a half a point on the last question, which I'm not sure why. What did I do wrong? Oh, I missed question A. The slope of the parallel line is 1. Well, that's weird. It's undefined? Oh, because it went through the origin? The slope of the parallel line is not undefined. I don't understand why I got that wrong. Okay, well, so I guess I do the second one now. I did the second quiz and I feel like I am tapped out for the day. It's a rainy Wednesday morning. It's very cozy. I made a hot coffee. I decided to do my run tomorrow because today I'm just a little stressed out. And I don't want to put that on me, the run on me today. Stressed out time-wise a little bit. I slept in slightly because I think I'm just like fighting off a sickness again. I don't know. Hi, Mama. This is usually our quality time for the day. You're so cute. She's purring. Coding with cats.
Most popular programming language, but also amongst mathematicians.
It's gonna be fine. This CS class makes me just nervous because it's just so much new territory. And math, I feel like, is my favorite class. And I'm like, why is it my favorite? And I'm wondering if it's because it's the one I feel like I know the most about already. So it's not challenging me yet because I've already learned this material in my summer school. And then this one's just a real challenge for me in a good way. But addressing a learning curve in a class in front of a lot of people is a little
demoralizing sometimes, and I don't want to get called out, and then it's just like a whole thing. But I think we're gonna be okay.
That was so rough. He moves so fast. Like, I just cannot keep up. And it feels like everyone else in the class is like, has previous experience. I don't know. The work I did this morning helped me a lot. So I'm really happy I set time for that. But I'm just like, am I missing something? I don't know. We were supposed to submit codes for like 5 different examples, and I only got to send him 2. I was like falling so behind. This is not a good feeling. So I'm just gonna like email him later and book some office hours and get some practice and rewatch that class because it just sucks. You just feel so stupid.
It's fine. I did good. I'm tired. Let's go home.
She doesn't like to be picked up. Definitely gonna need this.
I'm glad I got this. Oh yeah, even that's something I was struggling with today. Wow.
Yeah, today was rough for sure. Pretty overwhelming. So I have a lot of thoughts, but I don't know if I'm ready to like, I think my cup is full for the night. I have reflections about my CS class that are more positive. And then, well, my math test was harder than I thought it was going to be, but I still think I did pretty well. I struggled with a lot of the questions because I was just simply overthinking. So a lot of questions I left unfinished and then moved on to another question. And then when I came back to that question, I was able to solve it. Once we all turned in our tests, he went over a couple of them so we can know if we got them right or not. The biggest one that was hardest for me, I got it right. So I feel good about that. I think I might find out tomorrow, or I might find out by Monday. I just felt an overwhelming amount of pressure today. I don't know why. Like, it's not just feeling behind in my programming class. It's feeling behind in my programming class and then telling everybody on the internet that I'm struggling, you know? Like, that's an obvious part of sharing this experience that I knew I was going to face, but it's slightly embarrassing. Math, and now I'm learning programming, even like language learning, like my Spanish class, none of these things come naturally to me. And sometimes it's just when you're just sitting there, my eyes were glazing over in that class, like, what am I looking at? What am I doing? We were supposed to submit like 5 different programs, I guess, from just like solving things during class. And yeah, as you saw earlier, like I only got a couple of them and I just ended the class because I had to rush to my exam. Oh, Dell. I just like DM'd the professor on Zoom because that's how we were submitting our answers to the programs and stuff, and said, "Hi professor, I was struggling a bit today. I'm going to rewatch this class over the weekend and make sure I understand where we're at, and I'll reach out to you to book some time with your office hours for next week." And then I said thank you, but I'm not giving up. I don't want him to think I don't care. Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. I feel positive because I know the places where I really need to improve, but I also feel positive because like even just a month ago I didn't even remember what PEMDAS was, and here I am now taking my first quiz and feeling like okay about it, and that's pretty big. I know I want to ask my programming professor if there's like any ways I can, like any things he recommends doing that I can practice on my off time to like make my studying more productive for this class and preparing for this class. Because I thought I've been like doing the most. I've been studying for, I think I put in like 10 hours of studying since last Wednesday for this class, and then I feel behind, you know? It's a little defeating, but anyways, I'm gonna eat dinner. I did some dishes, and I'm gonna come back to all of this with a fresh mind tomorrow and just decompress. It's 9 o'clock and I'm really tired. They are awake, on the other hand. My cats have been sleeping all day. The cat cam showed 0 movement, except for Gordo. But that's pretty normal. They just sleep when I'm gone. What are you guys doing? Okay, now you're quiet. Buenos dias, mi amiga, mi amigos. We're getting there. I decided that instead of running this morning, I know I'm pushing it again. I know. I'm gonna do it in between my classes. But I'm gonna bring my stuff so I have no excuse not to do it. But now my inbox is overflowing slightly. I woke up maybe 5:30 this morning, but I was like, oh, I remembered an exact problem from the math quiz yesterday. And I was like, I wanna see if I got it right because I redid it at the last second. And I looked it up, and the version that I redid was the correct one. So I'm like, thank you. I so hope I get my results back today, but I'm gonna try and not think about that and just get it punched out.
You know I'd only let you down.
Spanish class went well. I'm starting to understand a lot more, so I'm happy about that. I'm heading to the gym. I've never been here before. I'm just going down the stairs, so we'll see how this goes.
When you see this storm is brewing, Monica, was it a lover or was it a dream? Or was it something more than what it seemed? I'll just sit about here in between and let you think about it.
This week kicked my booty. Yeah, say hi. Math was good. We didn't get the scores back yet, but we should know in the next couple of days for the exam. I'm so impressed with myself for making it to the gym in between classes. After that, I got the chicken gyro, and I ate that entire thing and then went to math. And that run actually really helped my anxiety. I feel like I just like couldn't get a deep breath. And even like in the first half of my run, and then afterwards I could breathe just fine. So that really, really helped. Oh, I also reached out to my professor for the computer science course. I haven't heard back from him yet, but I kind of expected that. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It was a tough week, but I also realized that I'm about to start my period. So that probably didn't help the heightened emotions. I'm not a failure for having a bad week, for not being able to keep up immediately. Being perfect is not the goal. Being perfect is not the goal. The goal is to try and see things through.
You can get good at things that you're not naturally good at. You just have to want to and work really hard towards it.
And I'm gonna choose that. Good news too, I made a friend in my math class. She's really, really nice. And it's nice to have like a buddy. We both looked at each other today at the 9 exponent rules like, what the hell is this? It's fine though, we're fine.